Hi everyone, Angus Campbell here, Sunday the 1st of March 2026. Right, cracking on from the last video yesterday. What I'm going to do now is we're going to permanently fit the right and left hand crankcase onto the centre case. As you can see, we dry fitted them to test the cams are running fine, and that's good. And one or two comments back from subscribers. I think Matt said that these countersunk screws that are holding on the oil seal housing for the final drive sprocket here, they should be just ordinary slotted, and a bit smaller than these. These heads are a little bit, it would help if you can see it, these heads are a little bit too big, so we'll have a look out for, I might have some quarter UNF countersunk, UNF or UNC. Anyway, we'll have a look at that. And the other thing I think that Dave mentioned is that, yeah, there is still going to be end float on the cams, but that should be taken up by the pinions. There we go, they're nice. This one needs to go out a bit. That end float should be taken up by the pinions once we've installed those. That one is a little bit, this one is a little bit tight, the inlet cam. There we go. Yeah, so it is okay. There we go. That's better. That's why it's tight. It wasn't quite pulled across. So that's good. Right. All I need to do then is I just need to part each case, left and right hand, just enough so we can get the oil seal on its sleeve on each side, just here, and put a smear of silicone around the flange face, and then we'll bolt them up. Rob's decided to use, we should use the original bolts that came with it, the ones that haven't been replated. This is the original plate. There's only one of these which is looks a bit rough, but anyway, we've got the original set here that we can use if we need to. In fact, that's not the one. That's the one, but slightly different. So there you go. Head's fairly clean on that. Maybe not. We'll see how we get on anyway. No problem. Right, so let me crack on to separate these out again. This one's going to take a bit of doing to gently do it because the bearing's quite tight on the shaft, but we'll be able to do it. The other side here, this should be a piece of cake, so let me get on. Right, well, the right hand case, which the manual states you need a puller for, came off very easy, and the cams came with it, which is fine. But the left hand case, which the manual says you don't need a puller for, but you should just tap on the other side of that lug, which I'm not doing because it'll destroy it, is much more difficult. So I've deployed a puller because, as we said when we were putting this together, the main bearing inner sleeve is very, shall we put it, snug on the crank. But this is pulling it off fine. As you can see, it's just beginning to separate it. It's released. Has a bit of a squeak every now and then, but we just want to do this very, very carefully, so we don't put you know, undue pressure or destroy the grooves with the circlips in around that bearing. But anyway, she's coming, so let me crack on with butcher's tools, what appears to be, and we'll get this side separated off. My intention was, as I say, just to separate these a bit so we could get the oil seals in around the oil filter housing, and just be able to put a smear of sealant on the joints, but we'll get them off and we'll do it properly. She's drawing off nicely now. You can see the gaps increasing. What I tend to do with this, in line with other pullers, is in order to not overstress the threads, is just get it nice and tight and give the end a couple of good whacks, and that tends to release things. Then you can put another half a turn on it or so, release it again. But this is now easing up, so it's getting easy to pull that bearing out. So right, we'll complete the job now. She's off, no problem at all. It's always the same, isn't it? You get the right tool and it's a piece of cake. We'd have been hammering at that for God knows how long, and damaging the cases, and it's always so tempting to you know, put a screwdriver or chiseling or whatever and lever against the faces. But no, we're all good. So we'll take the extractor off, we'll get the oil seals out, and we'll start prepping these faces all round. We'll put this side obviously back on first. Just a word of warning: just be careful when you're choosing your oil seal, because there's lots that are a similar size, but a thinner, what would you call it, gauge, OD on the tube. So it's the thicker ones that you want, so that they protrude slightly, otherwise you won't get a seal at all. Just a word of warning. Left hand case going on nicely, not torqued up yet, because I was just wondering about these short bolts again up here. So these are the factory ones that came with the new all stock cases, and yeah, the heads aren't very clever on them. So I was speaking to Rob about using a couple of the nicely zinced ones that did actually come with the bike. But I'm not happy about them because, one, they're not the right length, they're longer, but more importantly, the shoulders on them are too long, and I don't like that. So these have been replaced, probably to get across, get over some of the maybe drilling and helicoiling and God knows what that had to be done with the old cases, because if you remember, there was a bloody great lump out there and there was a helicoil showing here. So I think he's maybe drilled in a bit further. So I am going to use the originals, and we'll see how they clean up once they're on. Actually, to be honest, I could give them a go on the wire wheel, but that'll probably take all the zinc off. Anyway, we're gonna use them, not these. They're wrong, and I don't want to accidentally think I'm tightening up and then I'll strip away because actually it's not seated properly. You know what I mean. She's on, all torqued up, 15 foot-pound each one, and just a little tiny dressing, a tickle, and they came up lovely, those bolts. So they all look similar now, which is great. Okay, right, same on the other side. There it is, ready to go with cams. Let's get going. Right, we're ready to go on the right hand side. Very thin smear of sealer, and yes, I haven't forgotten the O-ring. Right, off we go. Right hand side assembled and bolted up, torqued up, and look at this. Cams spin beautifully, lovely and smooth, both of them. Crank turns okay, fairly firm, but then I've got to oil up these bearings now. They're pretty dry, but all good. So you know what that means. So I've been cleaning up the frame rails and stuff, ready. Now when we actually took the engine out, we noticed that abomination there, so I'm just going to touch that up, grab a cup of tea, and then we'll put some rags over and lift her in. And then all the next stage of the build is down here, but we'll get this lot out of the way before we start lugging the crankcases over. Hello again, everyone. This was a bit of a brain teaser, but I'd confused myself here, so ignore what I said last time. This spacer here, which I'd put on the large stud for the underside, actually goes on the front stud on the left hand side, i.e. in there. Luckily, I have an example over here that I could reference. And then what they've done is, instead of having a spacer in the right position on the underside, they've just packed out with these damn washers. So we'll try and get one of those spacers when we put that back together. So I can, well, secondly, let me just say, look, she's in and she's sat there. She's sat on rags at the moment, either side of the lugs for the stud. So at least we'll get the bottom stud in, just as I say, to stabilise for now. We'll get the front stud in, and we'll probably leave it there, but let's just get those in. Right, there we go, bottom end in. She's good. So there we go, there's the front mounting stud set up with the spacer on the left hand side. I've left all these gubbins off from the underside stud, but the stud is through, so we've got some support at the moment, and we'll sort out the right spacer for that. The rags did the job well either side of the bottom lugs. So actually it's from this side. Yep, no scratches. So I think we're good. So I had a bit of clearing up and sorting out as well. So we've got the next victims on the bench. It's going to be the gearbox, obviously clutch, but first we're going to do the cam timing. So that's this lot, and that'll be for the next video. So on that note, I'll leave you there. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Thanks for all your interest, comments and any subscriptions. See you all again soon. Cheers.